Welcome to the Grand Canyon State, Arizona Stadium in Tucson, as we are set for a showdown in the Arizona Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Western Michigan Broncos, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Air Force Falcons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. On the move from inside his 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Lowry. Fires left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive. Get some momentum, quiet the crowd. Palmer, the exact opposite. On the road, and you make a big mistake early.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump, but that interception was like giving every single fan here in this stadium a triple shot of espresso. They are going crazy right now after getting that interception.
Great place to start for this offense. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Split backs here. A designed run for the quarterback. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. All right, guys, let's chat about Air Force. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home, and now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
Breaks into the open. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
They want to run this quarterback. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is... And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Lowry. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And the Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires on the move. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that. But you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
Four wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Lowry. Rushes on him. Lets it fly. It's complete. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. From the red zone, looking for a man. Finds a man in the middle. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Looking to get it in. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback keeps it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Latham. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Oh, he's got some space. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The Falcons send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Off play action on 1st down. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Lowry. This one's complete. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
First down for the offense.
Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one of this postseason showdown. Let's take a look at the stats so far. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll run the screen. Can't get him to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. That probably looked way better on the play sheet than it did on the field. The screen gets nothing.
Yeah, it didn't look good on the field, that's for dang sure. You know, you got to invite those guys up the field and kind of sell that you're going to throw the ball deep on a screen. They didn't sell it real well. Defense did not bite at all. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to go.
Wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. With the catch, it's Leary. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completion strung together.
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. And the Falcons in the hurry-up. Got a little space. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third and short from their own 33. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
The Falcons will have it 1st and 10. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Latham. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He gets it so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
We're only in the first half. Already this guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Broncos will send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
He'll take it himself. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Latham. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Latham. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game, and we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Throws to the tight end. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes, and that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Looking downfield, it's Lowry. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd down.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll run play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Air Force 7.
And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. And that's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. There he goes. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
And the Falcons will hustle to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Off play action. He's got the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the ground with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
calls his own number. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Gain of 2. Good enough for a first down.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Lowry. The throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Buckley. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Fires to the big fella. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it in the middle. It's Leary. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
What a ride it's been so far, and I'll vote for having a classic finish as we take a look at our game stats. Time to see who's going to head into the offseason with a big W as we start the final period. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Back to throw, it's Lowry. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Just keeps swinging it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet until that run right there. Nice individual effort on the scramble. It took a little longer than they would have liked, but maybe that's the play that's really going to sort of spark this offense and really maybe get this guy going more on the ground.
And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Wants to fire on second down. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown Broncos! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Quarterback keeper. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. The Falcons moving quickly to the line. The give to the back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Air Force.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Now on the move. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Quarterback alone in the backfield, 5 wide on 2nd and 14. Johnson wants to throw it. He rifles one deep to the left. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. As the offense gets ready to run out the clock, take the play clock all the way down to a fraction of a second. Do not give the defense a single millisecond. Wide receiver comes in motion. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Inside the 35. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Broncos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking downfield, it's Lowry. Pocket breaking down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the move. Finding open areas. Turning it on. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
On the move. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 30. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Air Force. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And Listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment.